It turns out that Sue had his food poisoned, and it takes effect right in time to stop him from getting away. Additionally, archers were hiding in wait and pick off his men in a matter of seconds. Sue and Ali arrive to find her father safe and the new magistrate foaming at the mouth. This man still hasn't had enough and is all confidence as he taunts Ali about feeding that old lady to his dogs. He tells her that none of this changes the fact that her father will die tomorrow. Well, that's what happens when you talk shit. She stabs him over and over with everyone just watching, maybe forgetting that they need this man alive. But actually, it's a good thing she got her stabs in because in the end, it doesn't even matter. Secret assassins! They all escape, leaving no trace of evidence, but it's not hard to guess which family benefits from the new magistrate not being alive to spill his secrets. Ali talks to her dad and finds that he has completely lost his mind under the torture of the last 6 months. She focuses her efforts on trying to find villagers to speak up on her father's behalf, but they've all had the fight beaten out of them. Even when they are assured that the new magistrate is dead and can't get to them, they all refuse to testify, pleading to be left alone. To be fair, it seems all of these villagers did try and fight when things first took a turn for the worse and faced serious consequences. It's hard to blame them for not wanting to get involved again. The next morning, Ali, her uncle, and the men they saved realize they'll have to go forward with no villagers to back them up about what's been happening in the village. Still, they bravely fill the street, her father behind them, blocking the path of the official that's come to oversee the poor man's execution. Ali tries using her family's power, she tries appealing to his sense of justice, she even offers herself up as a prisoner, but it all falls on deaf ears. They are held fast as her father is dragged out of the cart. This guy is awesome. We get a very sweet set of scenes of the various villagers and how they came around last night to standing up and fighting despite their various setbacks. In tears. What looks like every single villager ends up coming out of their houses screaming that Magistrate Xue is innocent and should be released. And he's like, what? Is this a concert? Anyway, it's too many people for the officials to handle and they leave. Magistrate Xue is safe for now. So, nobody here recognizes her? She sends Papa Jiang a letter giving a brief overview of what happened down in Huaishang village, and he is pissed that she's gotten herself involved in this. I mean, this is practically a rebellion. How can there be rule of law when villagers can step in like this and steal away a guilty man? This doesn't just look bad for her, it makes their whole family look like they don't respect the crown and its laws. He ends up sending Jingwei and Shijie to go and drag her back if they have to. And he was right to worry. The next meeting, the emperor calls him out directly, asking if he has anything to say for himself. He immediately falls to his knees, apologizing for his daughter's reckless actions and blaming himself for not raising her well. You didn't raise her, so, don't blame yourself. The emperor makes it clear that with what his daughter's done, he very well could have him killed. But considering his years of service and Ali's academic achievements, he will give her the opportunity to explain herself. He wants to meet with her. So not only did the Li family lose the precious gold mine, they weren't even able to get rid of the Jiangs, which is why we cut to Chancellor Li viciously beating his son, berating him for failing in his task and disappointing their benefactor, Princess Wanning. She allows him to stop and he bumbles his way up to her, all apologies and supplicant pleas for forgiveness. Had she not called him by name, I would hardly have recognized this man. He's been acting like such a big shot with his subordinates, but here we can clearly see where he stands in the big picture, and it is nowhere near the top. Wan Ning even pulls his own signature move of overpouring hot tea into his cup as she lectures him. Chancellor Li promises that the Jiang family is barely hanging on by the skin of their teeth. Their daughter did free a guilty prisoner. He's sure they can't get away with that. Not only that, he guarantees that he can make it so that Jiang Li never makes it back to the capital. This Huaishang arc was fun. I freaking love those villagers. All of this really is adding to my video game theory. We've met and said goodbye to some new characters, and off we go to the next location. And then there's all these mini bosses with their own kooky traits to help tell them apart. By the way, how is that pigeon not just constantly shitting on his arm? The only thing I would say is lacking in this game is the action. I totally understand that it's a stylistic choice that's super common in these kinds of shows, but no, it's just not for me. It's the flying, the fans, the straight up teleporting at times. It's so far removed from reality in an otherwise pretty grounded show that it takes me out every single time. But 100% acknowledge that's just a personal preference. I'm sure tons of people love it. I like what we're doing with the Shirley recognition now. Not that people don't recognize her or can be convinced that she's somehow a new person, just that the logistics of calling her out are messy. The magistrate being like, fine, I guess I don't really want to call her bluff. This shopkeeper being like, you know what, this doesn't affect my life, let me move on. It makes more sense and is what I thought we were doing with Shen until, Even the villagers, though I joked about it, pretty sure we can assume they know and just know better than to say it out loud. But for the people who have nothing to lose, that is the people who are capable of calling her out, they might as well be completely blind. Anyone with eyes should be able to see that this man is not just her friend's dad. I mean, even down to knowing a song he would recognize that would calm him down. Uncle, you saw that, right? At the very least, I hope she knows to tone this down when she gets back to the capital. If I didn't have suspicions about her identity before, I would start to have them after seeing her interact with him. Till next time, thanks for watching.